Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am gonna do a library tour of all of my books and everything that is within my bookshelf. I thought it would be a great video to show you guys the kind of books that I like reading and the books that I have read in the past. So I'm basically just gonna go over my little library and everything that it has and some of my favorite books, some of the books that I really enjoy reading as well. Okay, so we're gonna get started and I'm gonna start from the bottom shelf up until the very top. And to start off, all of these books that you guys see down here, these are all the books that I have bought or they have been gifted to me from my friends or my family, and I have not read them yet. So I like to keep them on the bottom because it just allows me to be more organized with what I have read and what I haven't read. My goal for this year is to read 60 books, and I love buying books and I love going to bookstores, but if I have all of these available, I want to make sure that I read these first. But you guys could take a look. Philosophy here, some biographies. I like to mix it up with romance and fantasy. Okay, moving on to the second portion of my bookshelf. As you guys can see, I have a little village and I believe it adds a lot of personality to my room. During winter, during Christmas, the holidays, Thanksgiving, I like to add little lights and it just brings up a whole different energy into my room. All of these little humans, they're actually kind of pricey. Like one of these is probably like 10 to 20 bucks. I really enjoy having this in my room because it adds personality to my room and I enjoy that. So you guys can see this little cup of cheer, and they're so good at making these little villages that they honestly they look so real. That's one of them. And then I like to say that this is my sister and I. So you guys can see it has its own little coffee, and then it's just super cool. They look so real and I'm absolutely obsessed. I was planning on buying more, but there's just so many options and I just want it to be simple and cute. So you guys can see the little Christmas tree as well. And then it has the lights as well. Little Jeep that I built. And then you have a yard sale in the middle. My niece added little crystals. And my niece loves to play with the little village as well. So this is part of my bookshelf, a huge part of my bookshelf that I really enjoy. And it makes me feel like a kid sometimes. And I feel like when you feel like a kid, you're having more fun. I love the brightness of it. It looks super cool. Okay, so now we're going on to this part of the bookshelf. I recently put this bookshelf all together, so I'm still trying to see where everything could go. But you guys see this area right here? I have some books of Alan Watts. I have a poetry book. I have Think Like a Monk. I read this during COVID. What I remember the most from the book is how important meditation is for your health, for your mind, for your body, and for your soul. I have Becoming by Michelle Obama, and then Adam Grant. I have Flow. This is a great book as well. Definitely a book that I would read again. I forgot to mention I also have a Kindle. I still haven't used it because I want to finish reading my books first before I jump into a Kindle. Something to write notes on. I like writing notes, and lately I've been putting some of my notes on the wall. All right, now we're on the third level of the bookshelves. I got some cameras. I do love cameras and I love taking pictures. So I got my Fujifilm X-T4. I've had this camera for about 5 years or so. And then I also have this camera, which is really special to my heart because it was actually my grandpa's camera, and my mom gifted it to me. And what was crazy, that there was a film roll in here, and I was able to develop the pictures, and there was actually pictures of myself and my family, and it was just such a surreal moment, and it made me appreciate cameras a lot more because there are moments that you'll never get back. I also have this Polaroid. This is actually my dad's, and I honestly just got it from him from the house in Mexico. And then I have a picture of my grandpa. He actually wrote something in the back, rest in peace, grandpa, but I love this picture of him, and he specifically sent me this picture. But these are some of my favorite books. Let me tell you something about running a marathon. It definitely pushes you to new limits, and this medal means so much to me that I love it, and it's one of my favorite things that I have in my bookshelf. So Lito was a biography. So like I mentioned, I like biographies. I like to read different types of biographies because I think you can learn so much from people's lives. And we got Phil Knight, Shoe Dog, Nike. I absolutely love that book. David Goggins. If you know who David Goggins is, he's a badass. I really enjoy reading that book. We got Ryan Holiday right here. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Extreme Ownership. Think and Grow Rich. This is a book about finance. And then The 4-Hour Week. Meditations. This is actually one of my favorite books too. Meditations. Alchemist. This is a great book as well. Welcome to the Higher Level. Now we're going into the romance section. I initially didn't read any of these types of books. I initially just wanted to read like philosophy and biographies. Recently decided to start reading more fantasy and romance, so just to switch it up and have more fun. Funny Story by Emily Henry. That was a great book. And then we got Bright Side. We have King of Wrath. And one thing about fantasy and romance books is that it makes you think about different ways of being more romantic that you wouldn't really think of unless you read those types of books. So they definitely inspire you in different ways. A novel, love story. It ends with us. It starts with us. This book was really good. These are my romance fantasy books. On this side, I have the books that have inspired me to become closer to my faith, to my spirituality, to God. So these are the books that I definitely enjoy reading, and these are books that honestly they have changed my life. And there's also other books that are not necessarily faith related or spirituality related, but these are for the most part they're books that have really influenced me to become a better human being. And we also have Deep Bulls Run. It was a 5K in San Francisco. It was super fun. This is my trophy that I won. I had a little friendly competition with my sister and I ended up winning. I read 53 books. So I actually, technically I bought this for whoever was gonna win, but I ended up winning. Most books read 2024 winner. I actually bought one for my niece too because she was inspired and she started reading a lot too. This is my San Francisco Marathon bib, and I have it because it means a lot to me and I just like to have it up here as a memory. Van Gogh piece of art that I put together. It has Legos, it has a tequila from Tesla. So Legos. So I got some roses, a sunflower, and then I have a mug. I like bright colors. One of my favorite colors is orange. I also love yellow as well. I have some film up here, my camera, the tequila, this little Lego set. And then I have a little Nemo and this tiny book, 100 Ways to Be Kind. That is pretty much my whole library tour. That concludes today's video. I just want to say thank you guys for spending time with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And if you're a book lover and you want to see more book stuff, please subscribe, like the video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Until the next time.